Hi, everybody. How's it going? Welcome back to Katawa Shoujo with me, Millbee, and today we are, I don't know. Today we're doing some more stuff. There you go. I just started recording without even thinking about what I was doing. Where was I? Indecision? Oh yes. Oh yeah. He was crying like a big old baby. He took like a giant man baby. Ah, Hisao is crying like a giant man baby. Man baby, what a tummy. I'm just being an insensitive prick. No, he had like a moment, didn't he, where he was like, I cried about my condition for the first time. Right, I'm kind of tired right now, so I'm gonna try and be energetic and funny, but I messed up. I didn't sleep much last night, and I just watched Silver Linings Playbook. I'm very emotional right now because it's a very nice film, and so I'm in a good place. Man, yeah. And I'm gonna go put on a face mask after and make my face feel all smooth and clean. It's gonna be great. 2 days later, I'm feeling less miserable. I even go for a long, brisk, healthy walk like the nurse recommended. Something which I had avoided and dodged with all sorts of excuses earlier. Maybe I'll drink wine as well. I feel more attractive. I feel more attractive. I feel more active in class as well, delighting our science/homeroom teacher, Mr. Muto, with correct and probably delivered answers. It's Batman, okay? Oh, not everything. Where is he? The break right now between the 2 morning classes is too short for any sort of meaningful activity, but too long to just spend it sitting in the classroom and doing nothing. Oh god, so loud. Going out into the hallways are much better, but flexing my stiffened muscles is a better use of time than letting them get even stiffer by staying seated. The door of the neighbouring classroom door opens and students of 3-4 emerge to further fill up the already semi-crowded hallway. It seems their teacher kept them in for a few extra minutes. Emmy is among them. She notices me noticing her, and I notice her noticing me, and then we both notice each other, and then we don't say anything. Which almost makes me look away on reflex. I don't, however, and Emmy smiles at me as she happily skips towards me past the other students. Emmy looks pretty energetic, showing no sign of illness whatsoever. Seems she recovered from the cold. Hey, good morning. Nice to see you back on your feet. Feeling better now? She looks fine to me, but I still feel compelled to ask. The power of kindness compels you! Oh, illness be gone. It's quite dark in here, isn't it? I think I'm giving up on taking this down. It's going to be a permanent fixture until I move. Thanks, and yeah, I do. It was just a cold, nothing serious. Emmy laughs confident. I've changed her voice again. As if to emphasize her condition. I wonder for a moment what would count as serious in Emmy's book. A hug. A hug is a serious thing, because you kick people when they try and hug you. Remember, people, kick people who hug you. She seems to be eager to put the topic aside, though. Where are you going? Off to Rin's room to see if she's awake yet. Oh, she skipped the morning class? A sheepish smile emerges on Emmy's face and she gets slightly flustered. Not exactly. It seems that she caught the cold that I had. Whoa, what have you two been doing, huh? Sorry to hear that. Well, she was out in the rain on Sunday with us, after all. Saw her on Monday and she was feeling a bit under the weather back then, too. Yeah, anyway, I'll ask the nurse for some cold medication to give her if she doesn't get better soon. She leaves for the girls' dorm. I want to go with her to wish Rin well. I want to tell her that I'm better now, too, but it doesn't feel appropriate. I also want to laugh at her that I have arms and she doesn't. I want to go and pick up things and be like, hey, you can't do this? Look, I'm just going to pick up this and drink. Oh, you can? Oh, I'm sorry. You have to use the straw and you... Oh. That's how you douche. An unspecified feeling diverts my thoughts away. Somehow I just can't summon the resolve to go in there. Is this what Iwanako went through when she tried to tell me what she felt? Coming to grips with his feelings. There you go. Beautiful. Even though I'm feeling more energetic, I'm still hesitant about going over there to talk to Rin. It's not until 2 days later, on Friday, that I finally gather enough courage to enter the girls' dorm. I ask the first person I meet inside for directions to Rin's room. I knock on Rin's unmarked door and wait. After a few seconds of silence, I hear something rustling inside the room. Oh dear. What's going to happen? He's walking into a lady's room. I start wondering if maybe I should have brought something for her. Like a can of warm coffee. A can? A can of coffee? A can of warm coffee? What? What? Can you get those? A can of warm coffee? What? I've got a can of coffee. Oh, some oranges? I could have peeled them for her. Well, too late now. The door opens soundlessly. It was already unlocked, and I find myself staring at Rin, who stares back at me. She looks like she just got out of bed, with her hair all messed up. And barely any clothes on. Oh, risque. It's okay, though. I don't think I can see anything but cleavage. Hello. Hello. What the hell? There's a strange, stupid-looking smile on Rin's face. I'm not exactly sure why. Rin smiles so rarely that it seems to be out of place every time. Hello. There you go. Hello. Something like that. Especially so now, given her partial undressed state. Said state makes me feel extremely conflicted about whether or not this was a good idea. Her cheeks are flushed rose red, contrasting with the milky pale complexion of a person who doesn't get enough sunlight. Her forehead looks sweaty, as though she might have a fever. Hi. Hi. How? Me smoke on peace pipe. How? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, why did I do that? Anyway, now what? I didn't plan anything further than this. And Rin is staring at me with those expectant eyes of his again. Expectant. Hungry eyes. Hungry eyes, you've got hungry eyes. Something about this situation gives me very strange vibes. Her eyes are even more vacant than usual, and she seems to have a hard time focusing them on anything. Lack of clothing is disturbing. What? But since she herself doesn't seem to be bothered, why should I be? Exactly. They don't care, why should you? I keep telling myself that. I thought I'd pay you a visit since you haven't been at the art club. And I wanted to talk to you and wish you well. Didn't show any sign of recognizing what I just said, making me wonder if she actually understood my words or if she had ever heard them. Even heard them. Maybe it's the fever making her groggy. She might have actually been asleep before I came over. Okay. Okay. She turns on her heel, and withdraws from the door, walking back inside the small room. From the doorway, I can see her walk to her bed, and half fall down, half sit down on the messy pile of bed sheets. The open doorway seems to be more of an obstacle in my mind than the closed door was, but since Rin didn't say anything else, I've stepped through it and into her room. Oh, look, there's strange pictures on the wall. Is that Death? Is that the Grim Reaper? What? Is that Tiny TV again? Wasn't that in a different room as well? Post-it notes. Plug that's like sticking out a bit close to the bed there. Like she could probably bash your head in that. Rin is on her bed, leaning against the wall, leaving the only chair in the room for me. She keeps quiet even after I sit down, so maybe she meant to invite me in, but just forgot to say it aloud? An implied invitation, as it were. Very exciting. Nobody's ever visited me before. The breaking of the silence draws my attention from the room to its inhabitant, who currently seems to be in the middle of a very profound thought process. Man, that shit, she's just bounced. She's got that bounce on her so well. Actually, that was not true. About visiting, but Emmy doesn't count, even if she visits. She's always pampers me too much. I think she's having too much fun. It's like a boppy. I think I forgot how to put a bra on by myself. Why, can you? She looks groggily down at her chest. Which is probably why I don't have one on. Now I think about it. I haven't failed to notice that Rin doesn't have her shirt buttoned up either, but I try to keep my eyes strictly locked on hers. It's rather evident that she's not a very body-conscious person. My own body, however, is quite conscious of hers right now. God, he's so weird about this stuff. He's just like, oh gosh. She came to wake me at 7:30 today. Can you imagine that? She pauses for a while and glances up at my dumbfounded face. On second thought, you probably can. It's not like the reverse rainbow fish I tried to imagine earlier. That was hard. Well, yeah, this seems like a pretty normal time to wake up if you want to go to class in the morning. The backwards rainbow fish? Can we go? I'm trying to sound as reasonable as possible to counteract Rin's unreasonable annoyance. Told her to sod off. Sod off, mate? Fucking waking me up when I'm trying to imagine backwards rainbow fucking fish. She gave me these meds and told me to take them. I follow her eyes to the night table and then to the pill bottle sitting on top of it. I pick it up and turn it around to look at the label so I can see what kind of medication Emmy brought. Active ingredient codeine? You took all of these? No, yeah. I've been eating some since there's so many of them. Seems to make this thing not so bad. What? Hang on, what? Actually, I think I'm feeling just fine. Her head lolls around and round, making it look like she's either trying to stretch her neck muscles or possibly pass out. She took several of these pills? Can I be safe? At least it's bound to have some side effects, which I'm afraid I'm witnessing right now. I'm feeling just fine. I'm fine. Just someone taking this buzzing away from my head. Does someone take this buzzing away from my head? I can't think straight. That annoyed expression returns to Rin's face. It's like one of those insect things, or one really big insect thing. With lots of wings. Very much colour and everything. What's the word for those? Oh, never mind. I remembered, it's butterflies. I have no idea what she's going on about. She smiles slightly at her last observation. The small pause in her monologue is not long enough for me to dare say something that could potentially, but not likely, salvage this discussion. I love butterflies. They are the best animal. Did you see one on the way here? Hisao? She utters my name as an afterthought, possibly to make it clear that she is now addressing me instead of just speaking her mind to whoever might be listening. I didn't see butterflies, sorry. This is odd. This odd situation has left me speechless, more or less, since the moment Rin first opened her mouth. Now that she herself doesn't seem to have anything else to add, silence fills the small room. It makes me glance around again in an attempt to find something to talk about. Say if you found any butterflies. Rin's room is about as small as mine. The big window, which takes up most of the wall, furthest from the door, opens to the east just like mine. It looks very normal, which strikes me as strange. I expected to make more. About a dozen paintings, most of them in Rin's signature abstract style, and a few art posters are taking up almost all the available wall space. I wonder who put them up for her. Emmy? But that's about the only real difference between her room and mine. The room is not exactly aesthetic, but it doesn't look like what I'd expect from a girl's room either. A faint smell of art, of paint and paper is floating in the air. It's the same smell that art room has. Rin isn't too concerned about being tidy, it seems. That's my kind. That's my girl. Everything she owns seems to be arranged in various piles around her floor. Your room looks nice. It's an empty sentence one uses to fill empty spaces in conversations, but my wits are failing me pretty hard right now. Yeah, would you like me to show you the places? The places? Yeah, please. Sure. This is the one place. This is the bed. This is a chair. This is a little TV. This is a picture of death. Here's a toilet. She looks down at her half-open shirt quizzically, making me inadvertently follow her gaze to her chest. Oh, I guess I already did. I can't deny that no matter how hard how hard I try to act properly, I can't deny that I'm out here. It's very nice that you came to see me. It makes me feel very, what's the word? You know, the one about things and stuff. Anyway, you came. Rin's rambling makes me remember that I actually came here for a reason. Hey, about what we talked about on Monday, on the rooftop, remember? Rin doesn't seem exactly attentive right now. Not that she ever is. I plow ahead and get it off my chest anyway. I just wanted to tell you that I'm going to be better from now on, I guess. I hate being pathetic, so I decided I'm not going to be anymore. I guess. That's all. Okay. Isn't that good? The blurry words flow out of her lips slowly and uncontrollably. I'm happy for you, I think. That's what I think. You shouldn't look so sad all the time. I mean, looking sad is fine if you are not sad, but you should look sad you actually sad. You look sad like you actually sad. Like you actually sad? That's no good. You look sad like you actually sad. You actually sad. Like look sad? Like sad? That's no good. Are you going on some training camp where they make men out of boys? Or mountaintop meditation? No, I don't think so. Oh, I guess that's fine too. The sentences come out of her mouth and probably her brain, one at a time, with a small pause between each, making her gibberish hard to understand. I just think it seemed like a good idea. Maybe it's not. Rin finishes with one line, getting to say the last word over herself, an impressive display of what I can only describe as mental shadowboxing. Well, I'm embarrassing myself, might as well tell you that I'm sorry that I said some stupid things to you last week. It's your own business to decide what you're going to do. She seems to not register my words first, but then understanding lights in her eyes, and she waves her head around in a way that could be interpreted as anything. It's okay. I probably said stupid things too. It's just sometimes a bit hard to keep my thoughts the way I like them. They are not very straight, at least most of the time. Not that I want to have them straight, I just wish they were at least in some shape. Round is fine too, but I need more definition. My thoughts are very messy. Messy. She repeats the word melancholically, then flops lying down on her bed and nuzzles her head against her pillow, shutting her eyes. Enough. Tired. You should go. I'm going to sleep again. She opens her eyes to look at me. Was it you who likes to look at sleeping girls, or someone else? What? Maybe there were many of those. I can't remember. You can stay if you want. No, I'll leave. I have to do homework anyway. Was it you that likes to look at sleeping girls? Yeah, I love watching sleeping girls. Especially when they don't know I'm there. I stand up from the chair and take a step back, step towards the door. Wait. Her request stops me in my tracks. Not that I intended to scoot off right away. I look over my shoulder at the girl lying on her bed, again with the strangest kind of smile on her features. She should smile more often. It looks creepy as shit when she smiles, like she's gonna murder me. If she had hands, she'd stab me with her kitchen knife that she's hiding behind her back. Maybe she has knives on her feet. What? I can walk you to the door. It's the least a gentleman can do. Rin wriggles like a little kid, making me beyond absolutely certain that she took far too much of her cold medication today. Accidental overdose. I've always wanted to say that. Slowly and with difficulty, Rin first tries to sit to a sitting position. First rises to a sitting position. Then she stands up with even more difficulty, and more slowly still. As if guided by some masculine automation, my eyes instantly lower to the curve of her thighs and the striped panties, at which point my man has forced me to lift my gaze back to Rin's level. He's like, sorry, default thing, yeah. It's getting almost too hard to do that. Rin is standing, although barely. Looks like she has trouble keeping her usual decent balance. Again, probably a side effect of the medicine. She takes an uneasy step towards me, then another small one, as she notices that it's not a good idea to try to take big steps. I feel my muscles tense as I prepare to catch Rin if she falls down. Is he taking advantage of someone who is clearly not in their right mind right now? She manages to take 2 more steps before she falls against me. To my surprise, neither her downwards momentum nor our slight height difference are able to stop Rin from pressing her heart-shaped lips squarely against me. Were they heart-shaped? As our lips part after a confusing moment of nothing but the taste of Rin, I look down at her, trying to find some explanation for the bewildering event. The euphoric smile of a madman broadens on Rin's lips again, and... I wonder if I remember this tomorrow. That's not what you want to hear. I'm gonna go. I'm starting to feel like this is a bad idea. Especially if they might not remember it. I'm absolutely stumped on how to respond. Rin takes a step backwards, separating her body from mine, and making me only now realize that they were even connected in the first place. The second step is actually a fall backwards, luckily straight onto her bed. The soft thud Rin's thin body makes against the mattress breaks the silence. I move quickly over to see if she's hurt herself, only to be met with the peaceful face of dreaming. Rin sleeps. She is lying diagonally across the bed, somehow managing to have simultaneously fallen asleep while standing up and fallen down in a way that she didn't injure herself. Fool's luck. I tuck Rin in, covering her with the sheets as well as I can. Weren't they underneath her a second ago? Wait, no, maybe they weren't. She feels very light, even though I'm not that strong. I stand up to look at her. Someone should walk in now. He's just like... He's zooming in. Look at her oval-shaped face. The dark eyelashes shut against the feverish cheeks, the slender body covered with the pale sheets. Rin sleeps. Conflicts, plural, churn inside of me. I think about calling a nurse to keep an eye on her, but decide against it. After taking one or more glances at her peaceful face, I decide that she'll be fine. I do pocket the remaining pills, though. I'ma have me a wild party. Stolen drug party. Woo! Wild random medication party. That's my favorite kind of party. He's like, I'm just gonna take a couple of those, just see what I can do. I exit the room and close the door soundlessly behind me. I exhale deeply, only now realizing I'd held my breath for the better part of a minute. Taking a moment, I try to calm down my heart, racing like a jackrabbit. I doubt she remembers that. I had trouble getting to sleep that night, so the next morning finds me exceptionally groggy. I briefly consider skipping class, but remind myself that I was supposed to be a stronger person now. I get up like a good boy. I'm a good boy! And put on my uniform, then make my way to the main school building without eating breakfast. I don't need no breakfast. I sit in the seat in classroom free, waving a greeting to Misha and Shizney like I do every morning. I let the day wash over me. Let the day wash over me. I keep singing songs that aren't songs. The afternoon classes are always longer than those in the morning. This is true regardless of whether I count it by the minute or by the number of doodles drawn in my notebook. Today I'm especially distracted as I keep thinking about Rin. Did I manage to tell her that I wanted to get better? Did she understand a word of what I was saying? I think about the kiss we shared and what it means. She was so out of her mind, maybe it means nothing. But we've been getting closer lately. What does that mean? I think about Rin more and more nowadays. I wonder if she thinks about me. The ringing of bells makes me flinch, and then realise that I haven't been paying attention during the latter half of the class at all. I look at the assortment of sketches travelling up and down the margins of my notebook, the only thing I got done in the last hour. Feeling vaguely disappointed in myself, I pack up and get to the hallway. Rin is standing right outside the door, her presence stopping me in the tracks as soon as I spot her. Her posture is relaxed as let's see if she remembers. But I suddenly feel like I just ate a crowbar. You know that feeling? You know that feeling when you feel like you've eaten a crowbar? Ah. Oh, it's so much iron. Oh God. I'm having a hard time meeting her gaze. She doesn't seem to have any trouble looking at me, but those dark eyes are making me feel flustered for no reason. It's hard to look straight. I just heard voices. It's hard to look straight at her, so I turn my face away a little. I don't know what one should say in this kind of situation. What should one say? So, you remember last night? Do you remember anything about last night? Then again, I really know what to say to Rin in any given situation. Hi? Hello? I try to get rid of the awkwardness in my voice and invoke a more natural way of speaking. I suddenly worry about where I should put my hands. It feels like they're in the way somehow. They're literally like this. Oh, I just put those down. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's fine. So, how you going, Rin? I don't know if you were talking about just kind of wanted to just talk about, and then I thought maybe if we just. How are you feeling? You were pretty out of it yesterday. I'm okay. What do you mean yesterday? No. You don't remember? She tilts her head to the side like a bird, looking somewhat confused. Remember what? I have a pretty bad memory. About yesterday. What about yesterday? I came to see you and I don't remember that kind of thing happening. She really doesn't remember. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but I feel disheartened all the same. I remember that I promised to show you one place, though. Did that happen for real? Maybe I just think that I remember that and I really don't. No, that was real too. Okay, do you want to go? Now? Yeah. Well, sure, why not? Is it far? It's not. Together we walk downstairs and then outside. The usual summer day whirring, cicadas all greet us. That'd be weird, that would, like, knowing that they kissed you. You gotta assume that if someone does that, there's at least a reason they would. And, then not remember, you'd be like, I guess I could just not mention it, or be like, all embarrassed and be like, you tried to kiss me last night? Oh my god, my alarm. My tablet making noises. Together we walk downstairs and then outside. The usual summer day whirring cicadas greet us. It's immensely hot, and without the air conditioning the classrooms offer, I start sweating immediately. We start along the tree-lined pathway that leads towards the dorms. The cherry tree offers shade, with the sunlight blinking through the holes in the canopy. The light creates a chaotic pattern of shadow dappled with bright places where the beams hit the pavement. Rin's eyes are wandering in every direction but mine. I get the feeling that it's intentional. She leads me to the back gate once again, taking us through it and into the forest beyond. As before, the dropping temperature and the drastically reduced levels of light make it feel like the forest is swallowing us into its cavernous belly. We're not going back to the bloody thinking tree, are we? We head uphill along the same path as last time, snaking around trees and boulders, over roots and rocks, past wild undergrowth. Birds sing songs somewhere in the woods, soloists for the humming background music of the treetops. We go past the small clearing of the big maple that is now called the Worry Tree. The climb steepens, then becomes easier again. Oh, we're going somewhere else. We're back at the same scene we were at before. I have to stop. It's like, wait a minute, we were here 2 seconds ago. Recycling scenes, really? I have to stop a few times to catch my breath, then hurry after Rin, who doesn't stop to wait for me. Soon, I'm out of breath again. Suddenly the trees end, and we emerge from the forest. The boundary of the woods is sharp and abrupt, as though a line had been drawn to mark it. The hill continues to climb up a little further ahead, but from here to the top it's a rocky meadow, patches of grass and small bushes that look like they are going to stray from the rock. We soon reach the highest point, with the forest behind us and the view to every direction opening in front of our eyes. The city lies far below and away, lazily reveling in the quiet afternoon mood. You can see pretty far from here, and the vista is beautiful. I wonder how high up we are. How high up? How up? How up are we? How up are we? I don't know how up we are. I breathe the fresh air and feel my heart rate slowly going back down. I think I might have overdone it a bit. A higher pulse is dangerous for me. I'm feeling fine right now, though. The wind picks up, ruffling my hair and causing the trees below us to sway. It makes the grass undulate in waves as the breeze sweeps across the hilltop. Sun shines from the open skies upon us, a few clouds passing by it to shadow it. What was painful heat before is now gentle warmth. Take a good look around. The hilltop is pretty in the way nature often is. Unplanned harmony found in the natural arrangement of things. The most striking feature is the abundance of small yellow flowers. They're literally everywhere in this small meadow. I can't help commentating on it. Wow, a lot of flowers. No. Yeah, do you know this kind? They fly away. The flowers? Yeah, dandelions. Oh, isn't that it's mentioned dandelions in the thingy. In the cutscene, little story thingy, animation. There are not as many of them at the school, because they cut their grass so often. Nobody cuts grass up here. But anyway, we'll have a talk in Dandelion Land next time, because I'm going to stop here, because I got to go, because I got to do stuff. I got to go and do things. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Katawa Shoujo. I've been Millbee. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. I did. And I'll see you for more fun next time. Bye-bye.